Hello, I was caught at the border by an Imperial ambush, but stuff still happened. So what's up? Don't get arrested at Applebee's. Don't do that. Just stop it. A woman was arrested at an Applebee's location in Indiana after attempting to share an all-you-can-eat meal with her whole table. Now, she kind of has a point, except that she doesn't. The group sat down at the table and they ordered this $15.99 all-you-can-eat deal. And when the restaurant noticed that they were all sharing it, they charged the table for more than one person's worth of all-you-can-eat. The table was not having it. Specifically, the woman who ordered the thing was not about that. She made it known. They were like, look, it says all-you-can-eat, and therefore, get bent. And the Applebee said no and called the cops. So now, a crack team of investigators show up, right? They roll up into the Applebee's, and they're like, give us the Holy Scripture, the Applebee's menu. They pour over the scripture, and sure enough, it's $15.99 per person. It says per person. At this point, the table's trying to shut the woman up. They're like actively telling her, like, stop it, they're gonna arrest you, and like trying to cover her mouth and whatnot, and she is truly not having it. She was arrested and charged with a misdemeanor. I guess you could say that although it was all you could eat, she bit off more than she could chew. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm okay. Twitter's heavy on the banks, like very heavy. So here's the thing. Banks had to give Elon money to buy Twitter, right? And that didn't go great. He needed a lot of it. He bought Twitter for $44 billion. Remember that little thing? $44 billion that he did not have. And so banks and various private investors paid up and he did the thing. And now the banks are kind of fucked. See, banks like to have debt in their control because then they can sell it. Because finance. But because Twitter is doing so poorly financially, these banks are just stuck with this massive loan that they can't sell off to somebody. The last time that we saw banks stuck in a situation this bad was the 2008 financial crisis. I want to be super clear. I'm not saying this is going to lead to a new financial crisis. I'm saying that's how bad the situation is for the banks who got in on this deal. Essentially, they have this loan in their big spreadsheet and they want to delete that row and they can't. They just can't. They're like, does anyone want this? Please, just someone take it. And everyone's like, why did you do this? No. According to the banks, the reason they did this investment in the first place is because it was appealing to them to have, quote, the richest man in the world indebted to them. But apparently, despite having like more assets than every king ever had, no one at these companies, these banks, were like, maybe we shouldn't invest in Elon Musk buying Twitter. I just want to say that again. I just want to say it again for good measure. The banks were like, you know what? We should invest in Elon Musk buying Twitter. These people have money. Like, these people have a lot of money. Hey, Earth, give me the money. I could put it to better use. I could finally finish my prized Hot Wheels track. If you want to help me build my prized Hot Wheels track, you can check out my merch store. Head to merchfrom.dev. There are brand new items up and I just discounted everything in the store. Some things are like more than $10 off what they used to be. Definitely check it out. If you were eyeing something, now is a great time to pick it up. It helps me a ton. Thank you very much. But with that said, let's get back to it. Breonna Taylor deserves better, as a Kentucky judge has just recently thrown out the harshest charges against the cops that murdered her. Here's a refresher. Breonna Taylor was killed in her sleep, literally asleep, in bed, in her own home, in the middle of the night, by cops who forged paperwork to get a warrant to break into her house. The cops were like found to have actually falsified documents to come up with a bullshit reason to break into the house. Breonna's boyfriend, hearing people breaking into his home, fired a warning shot. You know, that thing that's constantly glorified among Americans. In response, cops volleyed 32 shots, killing Breonna Taylor in her bed. The boyfriend was miraculously unharmed. Now, a Kentucky judge has ruled that the boyfriend's warning shot, not the 32 bullets fired by police officers who were there under false pretenses, is the legal cause of Breonna's death. And because of that, they are throwing out the civil rights violation charges that the cops were facing, which were among the harshest of their charges. They're still being charged for falsifying the documents. That's not in question. Like, they falsified the documents. The judge is accepting that. But apparently that's not good enough. Despite the falsified documents, despite the fact it was in the middle of the night and they just kind of broke into the home, the warning shot is why she died. This is obviously a slap in the face to Breonna Taylor's family, to all Black Americans, and to all Americans. Somebody was slaughtered in their bed at night by cops who weren't supposed to be there. We shouldn't have to be afraid of sleeping in our own homes because the state might kill us and then not charge the people who did it. Cops breaking into your home in the middle of the night. You have no idea what's going on. You just hear your door get kicked in. You've got a gun for self-defense because that's your right as an American, and a thing, again, that is constantly uplifted as like a value of America. Nope. Prosecutors have told Breonna's family that they're going to appeal the decision. The Justice Department says they're looking at it. We'll see. Hey, let's leave imagination to our imaginations. Yeah? We go with that? Google is desperately trying to invent the torment nexus, as they've just launched a feature on their new Pixel 9 phones called Reimagined. What this feature does is let you take a photo with your phone and then tell your phone, hey, regenerate this image to look like this, and it'll do it. For example, take a picture of your favorite teacher and reimagine her a little differently. Take a picture of someone that you want to get revenge on and reimagine it with unsavory concepts in the photo. Take a picture of the person you're trying to blackmail. And you get the point. Tech reporters have been playing with this feature, and they're basically finding that there's like no guardrails. It'll generate most things. And the scary part is that although like generating something absurd seems like a big deal, that's not it. It's the subtle stuff that's horrifying. Imagine you're a teenager living right now, and your parents are woefully ill-equipped to identify AI images. Your middle school, high school bully, whoever, falsifies an image of you very convincingly doing insert thing your parents don't like here. You can see where this is going. And while yes, this has always really been possible with like Photoshop and even recent other generative AI apps, this is now going to just be built into the Photos app on your phone. Zero barrier to entry, very little guardrails. Like, yeah, people can do bad things in many ways. It's a matter of scale. It's the complete lack of who is this for and why. Do we need the functionality to take a picture of something and then ask your phone to completely alter it? Does that help us? Really? I understand the argument for like, hey, can you tweak it to remove this object that I didn't want to see in this photo? But adding in a car crash, is that a thing we need? It's all fun and games until someone uses AI to alter a picture of you to be wearing a fedora. Lightning round. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has dropped out of the 2024 presidential race and is getting behind Donald Trump. He's seeking a position in the Trump administration should they win, specifically in the health department, so that he can make sure vaccines are safe, as he puts it. Here's the weather. A doctor in Florida is on probation after performing a colonoscopy. There's a second half here. He wasn't wearing his hearing aids, and so he couldn't hear the patient screaming. A hunter was out hunting when he was mauled by a bear, and then was shot while being mauled by a bear while trying to get the bear off of him. It's unclear if the shot was his or someone else in the hunting party, or maybe it was the bear, but a guy got mauled by a bear and shot while being mauled by a bear. He's alive, mostly. Members of the super rich family of Mike Lynch, a rich British tycoon, have died after their yacht overturned off the coast of Sicily, 7 dead. More notably, hundreds, if not thousands of migrants per year die in that area on ships that are much less luxurious than a yacht. Nintendo will be shutting down Animal Crossing Pocket Camp in November. They're going to instead release a new version of the game that's like a one-time payment instead of having all the microtransactions and online interactions. So you'll be able to have what you had and continue to play it as more of a traditional, you bought the game, now you can play the game. We're going to be getting a book that is 70 previously unpublished poems by J.R.R. Tolkien. It's being put together by his son and some like experts of his legacy. Y'all, after that TikTok trend that went viral about eating a whole cucumber, Iceland has a cucumber shortage. This is the worst. This is the outcome that I told you would happen. No one is ever considering the impact of TikTok trends on the Icelandic cucumber trade. It's bullshit. A US Border Patrol agent in New York was arrested after being caught requesting that female immigrant applicants show him their breasts. He was like, this is a part of the process. What? The Mormon Church just passed a whole bunch of new restrictions on transgender members of the church, basically equating them to predators and saying they can't work with children. Hey, fuck the Mormon Church. The founder of encrypted messaging app Telegram has been arrested by French authorities. Telegram is famous for their lack of censorship and also specifically rampant issues with child pornography and a bunch of other really unsavory things. Your boy is a fan of privacy and encryption and all that good shit. And also, Telegram is kind of a cesspool, but I would really, really prefer it if the EU would stop trying to undermine all notion of encryption and privacy. Thank you. And finally for today, those stranded astronauts are finally coming home in February. There's been 2 astronauts that have been stranded at the ISS for a while. Their original flight home didn't happen. They must have missed the gate. Specifically, Boeing was supposed to bring them home. You never want that to be the case. It didn't work. Now they're gonna be going home on a SpaceX mission in February. Neat. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below where you want to be stranded in space. My name is Endeavorance. I'll be back on Monday. Take care and be well.